BF unsure of me because of my abortion 7 years ago. My 27F boyfriend, 31M, wants to re-evaluate his feelings towards me 4 months after I told him about the abortion. I told him about it on the second day we met because I felt like we could be a good couple. I wanted to be transparent about this before we actually fell for each other. He didn't know how to react initially, and then he was okay with it in a few days. Things were going great after that. But he brought it up during a fight once but said he wouldn't talk about it again. Last week, he told me he loves me, he wants to get married to me, and called his parents and mine and said he wants to get married. The next morning he wakes up and tells me he has to re-evaluate because of the abortion. I was barely 20 years old when the abortion happened. My ex who was responsible left me then. I couldn't tell my parents about this because it would have been totally unacceptable to them. My sister was the one that knew and helped me. It has taken me several years to get over this and accept it myself. This past week has been a total emotional rollercoaster for me. Don't really know how to react to my boyfriend not being okay with it literally the night after he said he wants to get married to me. The decision to get married seems rushed from his end. I'm okay with not making a decision about marriage cause it's too soon. But I don't know how to feel about him not being okay with the abortion suddenly. TLDR. Boyfriend wants to re-evaluate me because of my abortion the night after he asked me to marry him. Just know if he is like this at 4 months, the honeymoon phase of your relationship, he is going to be much worse once he thinks he has you locked down. But he brought it up during a fight once but said he wouldn't talk about it again. May I ask what he said about your abortion during this fight? He told me he loves me, he wants to get married to me, and called his parents and mine and said he wants to get married. The next morning he wakes up and tells me he has to re-evaluate because of the abortion. Pro tip. He's insane. Leave him. What kind of crazy douchebag does something like this? He's 31 for God's sake. He asked me what I'm giving him for the first time, referring to bearing a child for the first time. He kept asking for what I'm doing just for him. This shit right here would be more than enough for me to drop his sorry ass back to the streets. Confessed to guy best friend and got rejected. I, 20F, confessed to my guy best friend, 35M, that I had feelings for him and he rejected me. I thought he felt the same way because every time we saw each other, we would hold hands and he would hug me, buy me little presents, ask me to meet one-on-one for lunch, etc. He would always tell me how pretty I looked and shower me with compliments. Today I made my feelings known and he let me down gently, saying he thought we were just being friends. I feel absolutely devastated and feel like I'll never be loved by anyone. Should I keep being friends with him or sever it now? Good on him. He's way too old for you and is mature enough not to take advantage of that. If you want to try to maintain this friendship, you'll probably have to have a really frank conversation with him. Go belly up on being too young to recognize that he's too old for you and apologize for hitting on him. But also let him know that he shouldn't be surprised because he blurs the lines between platonic and romantic relationships. Tell him you'd still like to be his friend, but that all this hugging and hand-holding has to end. That's just not the way totally platonic friends are supposed to act. He's too old for you. He knows it. Now you do too. Nothing good can come from a friendship with such an opposite gendered age gap. Almost sounds like he thought of you as a daughter. Gay? Do hetero guys go around holding hands with attractive young ladies they aren't interested in? Be glad. He is 35. 35. I am happy that he knew better than to prey on you. My boyfriend took me on vacation. It was hell. I have been dating my boyfriend for about a year and things have been going pretty good. So he finally takes vacation time, which he usually never does, and says he wants to go somewhere nice. He asks me to plan everything, not even telling me a place he'd like to go because he works too much to worry about it. I looked for places for months before finally picking something because he is picky. I decided on a really nice all-inclusive resort in Jamaica and he agrees. He paid for the trip because I'm still in college and he has a good-paying full-time job. When we get there, the hell starts. On the bus to the resort, he starts making moves on me, trying to pull down my leggings and do stuff with a bus full of people and tour driver. He asks if I want to get dirty, and I said no, I've just been on a 3-hour flight. There are people everywhere and a driver with a mirror staring back at us. He looks defeated and says, okay, you're no fun. We get at the hotel and it's fine, but a day later he tried the same moves on a beach with kids. I said no, I'm not comfortable. Again, you're no fun. We have been having sex in the hotel room, but I guess not enough. At this point I'm feeling really uncomfortable, and on the third day he decides to start giving me the silent treatment and wouldn't talk to me the rest of the 2 days of our vacation. I tried having sex in the room, but he said, "No, you're not doing that." It was miserable and embarrassing. I apologized and asked to talk about it anything. He wouldn't. The last day he says I used him for a free vacation to get other guys to look at me, and he spent $3,000 on the vacation and wasted his vacation time. We were in a beautiful, amazing place with so many things to do, but didn't because he was too mad. It ruined both of our trips. He wouldn't even sit next to me on the bus ride home. Then on our way back from the airport he apologizes for the silent treatment in the car. I feel defective and I don't know what to think. Is it my fault? Would most people do that? I didn't want to get arrested in a foreign country and felt seriously uncomfortable, especially after he tried many times. Didn't say all them, turned me so off. He's got some kind of exhibitionist kink and he is trying to force that on you without your consent. That is absolutely not okay at all. Most people are not okay with it. It's perfectly fine that you aren't okay with it. And also you're right to be careful in foreign countries. Doing anything that would offend locals and possibly get you into legal trouble is always a bad idea in an unfamiliar foreign country. Silent treatment was him attempting to manipulate you into doing what he knows damn well you do not want to do. He seems to have no respect for you. He thought he was buying your body for the vacation. He thinks you ruined his holiday by refusing to commit criminal acts in a strange country? He is a terrible person. Don't forget this. Look, he wanted a prostitute. He showed you what he thinks about you. How creepy. The people at the resort didn't sign on foot a free sex show. Are you still dating this guy? My wife repeatedly keeps outing me to her co-worker friends even though I've asked her not to. Hello, I am a trans man. I do not go telling people I'm trans. I don't post about it on Facebook, etc. People are very rude and treat me different if they know, so I just stay low-key. At my wife's old job she told her friends about me and I asked her how that came about. And she told me that since she wants us to have a kid that she told them I'm trans so I can't get her pregnant. She's tried in the past with cis men for years and it never worked, and I told her she should go to the doctor to just double check. She won't. She could just tell her friends that it's just more difficult for her to get pregnant instead of outing me. I explained to her where we live it's not the best area for people to know. And I feel like she didn't respect me. She apologized, but you could tell she just said it to say it. She transferred jobs and I just found out last night that she again told her coworkers about me being trans. This time I didn't react in an upset way. I just asked her how that conversation happened, same way as before. I said, we don't even know if you can get pregnant. I'm not sure why you have to keep telling people about me. It could just be you. She responded with, I only told them because I trust that they won't treat us differently. To me, this is selfish. Most people don't randomly just talk about trans people. There are a bunch of nice people who dislike transgenders. I've told her multiple times that it's disrespectful, but last night she didn't say sorry. She didn't say anything besides that not every job is like my old job. Where we met and where I first started my transition, I got bullied by my coworkers. To me, I feel as if it's not her place, but she's trying to make me feel like I can't feel that way. She's just looking for attention. She's putting both of you in danger. If you are trying for a baby right now, it might be a good idea to stop before you are permanently tied to her. She doesn't seem to respect you. What she's doing is wrong and incredibly dangerous. Personally, this would be separation worthy to me. By no means am I saying you should break up, but I don't think she's trustworthy if she can't see how much danger she's putting you in.